Well, good morning. Happy to be here in St. Louis. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's great to see all these smiling faces, all these faces that are still waking up, and all these faces who have gone to the wrong conference and aren't sure what's happening right now. The book is called The Fearless World of Professional Safety in the 21st Century. I want to make sure that you understand that doesn't mean I'm fearless. I am far from fearless. And to illustrate that, I want to tell you something that happened to me the other night at about 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is when I'm at my least fearless, right? It's a bad time of night. My son woke up. He had this nightmare, and he was calling for me. And he said, there's a monster. And when he says this, I think to myself, okay, is monster going to be under the bed or in the closet? As a parent, you have to kind of entertain yourself with these things. So I go into his room. And I say, hey, son, did you have a bad dream? And he said, no, there's really a monster. There's really a monster in my room. And I said, really? He said, yeah, it's got big red eyes and big teeth and a round mouth and all these big claws, and he keeps going on and on about this monster, right? And I'm starting to get a little freaked out because he's got a really good description. He's got this thing down. And I'm like, dude, this is, I see why he's scared because I'm getting scared. Well, he's got this little animal. It's called twilight turtle. And if you've got kids with twilight turtle, you know that even though it's supposed to be this soothing nightlight, it's really kind of freaky because it's eerie green glow, right? It's like night vision. So if you've ever had experience with night vision, it's kind of like that. Everything looks flat and green and scary. So I'm getting freaked out by twilight turtle. I'm getting freaked out by the description of the monster. My son is all just like up in arms about this thing, and I'm thinking, holy buckets, what am I going to do? And I said, well, where'd the monster go? He said, it's in the closet. So I wanted to hide under the bed. It's in the closet. Okay. Now, I know as a parent, my job at this point is to say, look, buddy, I'm going to open up the closet. You'll see there's no monster, and you can go back to bed. But I'm actually afraid to open the closet, right? Right? I don't think I'm going to be able to get him to open the closet. Hey, son, I'm going to go wait by the door just in case you open the closet. So I say, okay, I'm going to open the closet. So I tentatively reach out for the closet handle, and just as I'm about to grab the closet handle, my son decides he wants the security of hugging daddy, right? So I'm like this, and I'm reaching out. He quietly slips out of bed, comes up behind me, and he grabs my back leg. Right? We went on like this for a while. The light turns on. We both stop. We had the same look on our faces that raccoons have when you turn on the light over a trash can. We're, whoo. Look over to the light switch, and there's my wife, Mama. I saw the look on Mama's face, and I said, you can eat me, monster. Just make it quick. Mama immediately takes control. She says, all right, you go back to bed. You wet your jammies, put them in your hamper. I'll help you pick out dry ones. So my son climbs back into his bed. Yeah, I know. Now, experience tells me that right now some of you are saying, why would he share that story? And the reason that I share the story is it's a good example of risk perception. As human beings, we're not that good at perceiving risk, right? We don't generally perceive it very well because we have emotions and we have all these other things that factor into it. So when we're talking about risk, and when I start to talk about risk assessment, we want to make sure that we're taking a very logical, reasonable approach, that we have some data that we use. Now, the reason that we want to assess risk, it's really important. How do we know what we need to do to keep our employees safe if we haven't assessed what their risk is?